Wow. Shiny, isn't it? Now this is OnePlus 6 review. Now you may think what I'm doing with an Android phone. Actually, this is not my first time reviewing an Android phone. Last time I reviewed the iPhone OnePlus 5T. You can check it out over here. Also, I do like OnePlus phone. Last time OnePlus 5T, I actually quite like it. And this is even better. Well, obviously it's a little bit more expensive. Actually, this is the most expensive OnePlus phone ever, but still, if you compare this to other phone, it's still really good value at starting at $529 US. Now what I love about this the most is the design. I usually don't really a fan of Android phone design, but ever since the OnePlus One, one of my colleagues in digital web got a OnePlus, and then I thought actually it looks pretty good. It's just really elegant, simple, simplistic design. 5T, I really like it. It's metal body. This, for the first time, they use glass, just like a lot of other flagship phones these days. Everyone's go for glass back, black glass, glossy black, like kind of like piano black. Well, as you see, I keep cleaning it. Yes, it is a fingerprint magnet. I don't really mind about it, but it's just, I love this glass back, and I don't mind cleaning it on my shirt, on my jeans once in a while. But just like how I use my iPhone, when I see there are too much fingerprint on my phone, I just quickly clean it on my jeans, on my shirt, and go on with it. But if this bothers you a lot, they do have a matte black called a midnight black. It is still a black, it is still, yeah, of course it's still black. It is still glass back, but matte glass. According to people on the web, it looks really good as well. And then there's a white one, which is called a silk white, which is kind of have some kind of pearl finishing on it, and then a gold edges. Of course, it uses a LED display, a AMO LED display. Of course, people would correct me. I have to call it AMOLED or something like that. It's good for really black on the display, really great contrast. And yes, people, that's a notch. A lot of these 2018 phones all got a notch because of this phone, because of it. But if you have seen my iPhone 10 review, I actually start off don't think that I would like the notch. I thought I would hate it. But after I use it for like half an hour, I just forgot about the notch. Even with the notch there, you still got the illusion that you got the whole full body screen. Now, too bad for now, not many apps actually support the notch area. A lot of them just keep a kind of a menu bar, status bar on top. Even Google Maps, when they use the notch area, it still got a black bar on top. Kind of like it keeps reminding you the notch is there. Of course, the situation is much better on iPhone. For video playback, you can watch in the original aspect ratio or full screen with the notch. The choice is yours. But if you really hate the notch so much, you got it covered by OnePlus, because there is a setting that you can hide the notch. So now look, it just looks like a normal phone screen without a notch. Kind of hide it. So then it kind of like you got best of both worlds. You don't see the notch that much, but then you still can use the extra area up there to put all those menu icons. But what I don't get is that it got a notch, but it still got a chin there. So it just makes me wonder, if it has a chin, why not move that part to the top? It doesn't make sense to me that you have a notch and a chin. But of course the chin is not that noticeable. It's around where your palm is. Now look around the phone, at the side you got volume button, power button, and they moved the alert slider from the left side to the right side for some reason. Of course, the alert slider is a OnePlus signature, and it works really well. It's really useful. At the bottom you got the USB-C charging port and then headphone jack. Now the fingerprint sensor is not circle, it's kind of like rectangle, really round edges rectangle for some reason. I don't really like the fingerprint sensor at the back. Well, people say that you can get used to it. I still think it's better on the front or even on the side like some Sony phone. And then inside the box, of course, you still got the dash charger. This is the fastest charging phone on the planet with this dash charger and then with the phone. Now let's talk about the OS, the Oxygen OS that unique to OnePlus phone. Now a lot of Android phones, they have their own OS, they have their own skin on top of the Android OS, and that is the thing I hate the most about Android phone. Is that they trying to be clever, adding a lot of like useless feature into their phone on top of the Android OS. And the most annoying thing is that a lot of them got like 2 different music player, 2 different store. When you have Google Play, they also have Samsung Play. There's a lot of things that's just duplicate. Not on this one. This looks like just a normal Android OS. When you log in with your Google account, that's it. You all set. And the OS just looks so clean. I mean, even if you look at all the apps, it don't have like tons of useless apps. The only additional is this community app thing, which is kind of like a forum just for OnePlus users. It's just a really slappy OS. All I can say is all the features they add in, it makes sense, it's useful. Just like the alert slider, really good. As I mentioned, you can turn off the notch, hide the notch, but I strongly advise that you try out the notch. Embrace the notch. It won't bother you after just like 10 minutes of use, and then you can enjoy the whole screen, really enjoy the whole screen. But when you really want to enjoy the whole screen, embrace the way iPhone do it, which is without the on-screen button. Now you don't have the on-screen button, and just like the iPhone, you swipe up to go to the home screen. You swipe up, pause, you have this multitask, and to go back, you swipe up from either left or right. This is back button. Of course, they have their own face unlock, and it's really clever, really quick. This face unlock, it doesn't use the iPhone infrared sensor, infrared dot display, something like that. It's just using that camera to recognize your face, but it works really well. It's really quick as well. I mean, now it is locked, unlocked, locked, unlocked. And then if my face is already facing it, every time I click it just goes straight into the home screen. Well, some people point out that it's kind of annoying that you never see the lock screen again. You can set it just like the iPhone. Even the face is facing it, you can look at the lock screen, and then when you decide to unlock, flick it. But just like the 5T, the face unlock is still not secure enough for you to do payment just with the face unlock. Now, of course, I have to come out to test the camera of the OnePlus 6. Now the last camera, the last phone, OnePlus 5T. The camera is alright, it's pretty good, but nothing really special, nothing to shout about last time. How about this time though? It got a bigger sensor though. The two lenses actually use the same focal length, around equivalent 28mm. So it don't really use the lens, it's not really an optical zoom. Now just like the last 5T, it do have a zoom. It's only digital zoom. 2 times is fine, but more than that is kind of pointless. I'd rather just crop in from the original photo. Now on 5T, the HDR doesn't really give much difference. This time the HDR do actually make some difference. Sometimes though, it do overact a bit. Sometimes it do gives you a much better photo. I love an option to keep both versions though. Even the portrait mode has this option. Yes, there's a portrait mode that gives you fake bokeh effect. Now the camera app is really simple. It just have timer, HDR on, off and auto. You don't have HQ now because the 5T got an HQ, actually quite confusing because nobody actually know what is HQ. I found out it do take less noise, low light photo in HQ mode. And then there's a 4x3, 1x1, and 19x9. 19x9 is quite interesting because you use a whole screen to take photo. Slow mode now goes slower than before. The last OnePlus 5T shoot 4K as well. This one should 4K 60p, so you can do all those kind of like slow motion, kind of like vloggy, artistic, like kind of shots easily with this phone. But yes, I'm sure you noticed there's something going on with the color on my face. OnePlus 6 turned me into Guangdong. Now, forgot to mention the main camera, the 16 megapixel camera, do have an optical image stabilization, but it doesn't work during video recording. In video recording, it's using electronic stabilization. I think the stabilization is much natural on this OnePlus 6, much improved from the robotic overcompensate 5T. Low light photos are good, not amazing but good. It still applies really strong post-processing to them. Now, as I mentioned, there's a main 16 megapixel camera and a secondary 20 megapixel camera. On the 5T, I can see that it switched to the 20 megapixel camera when it's really dark. It actually gives you a 20 megapixel photos instead of 16 megapixel. Even I'm not totally sure how it's possible that the 20 megapixel photo has less noise, but it works. But on the OnePlus 6, it just never switched to the secondary 20 megapixel camera. It's not used for zoom, it's not used for low light. Seems like the only purpose is for shooting portrait photo. To be honest, when they put two cameras on it, I really hope that one is a wide angle, one is a telephoto, kind of telephoto lens. Because sometimes you just can't zoom with your feet. The perspective is just different. I quite frequently use the telephoto lens on my iPhone just because of that. Overall, OnePlus 6 photos seems like a lot of software tweak done to the photos. It may not take as great photo as other flagship phones, but it's so close while cost you so much less. And this is what I genuinely feel about the OnePlus 6. OnePlus never waste time on adding useless feature, gimmicky tricks. They seem more focused on how to offer more for less. Well, yes, you can keep complaining that it doesn't have all those extra stuff that those flagship phone has, like wireless charging, AR, AI. But do you really need AR, AI? Or do you just need a phone that go on the web, snappy, take good photos, has Google Pay, fingerprint sensor? I think that sounds like what most people actually need.